Welcome back to the CHRONO TALK channel, and in this quick video I will show you the differences in functions between an old Casio G-Shock DW-5600 and a modern one. So you probably saw the other video that I made that will appear on the card up here. When I show you the same watches disassembled, partially disassembled with the movements out of the case and the differences between the movements and the construction of the case. But in this video I will show you the different functions of the watch. And the first very obvious difference is that the modern one, this model in particular, which is the DW-5600 it have this negative or inverted LCD, but the functions are the same of the regular LCD. So the buttons, they made basically the same thing. On this side you have the adjust button here, which is smaller than the other ones on purpose to make it more difficult to be pushed accidentally. As you can see on both of them, they are more recessed, so it's more difficult to use them. So you cannot change the time by accident, and you just have to press it a little bit and hold it a little bit to enter on the hour adjusted mode. And the lower button is just to change between the modes and functions. On the other side is a little bit different, because on the other one you have the light button here. You see the light there, and I will put a little insert showing them on the dark so you can see the differences. This looks not very strong, but actually when it's very dark, it does the job. It really does the job. And this button here, this is very curious. Not everybody knows exactly what it means. You have to, if you press it, nothing happens, but you have to press and hold, and you start blinking this thing here, which is a reminder. It's just to help you remind something. For example, to go to the supermarket after you leave the work, for example. So you leave this on, so it can help you remind that you have to do something. On the modern one, it's a little bit different. The light is turned on the lower button here. You can see this very important difference, that is that the old one uses a LED or LED light, which is green in this model, but some other models of the same era, this is more yellowish. I don't know why this is this quite green light, while on this one it uses the illuminator technology, which is electroluminescent backlight. Here you can see. And actually on the upper bottom, what it does is to turn on or off the chiming. It's that function that gives you a signal at each full hour. In this model you can set this to make a beep, like an alarm beep every hour, and in this one you can turn this on by holding it, and when that thing is lit, it means that even on the dark you can see every full hour the display gives a blink. And here the basic functions: when you press the lower button here, you will cycle between the alarm and then the dual time. This is a very cool feature that this older model have that the newer one doesn't have, which is the dual time. You can set the time to whatever time you want, and the original time still keeping showing in the upper part of the dial. This is very helpful if you travel a lot. Then you press again to the timer or retrograde chronograph, and then the chronograph function. In this older model, you started on the lower button here, you press it, and press it again to stop, press again to restart, and the upper button is to use the split seconds or to reset it. So you can stop on the lower button, reset it on the upper button, or using the split function here. And yes, the light turns on every time you press it. And on the newer one, you press it one time to go to the alarm. Then you press it again, you go directly to the timer or the retrograde chronograph. And the chronograph function that shows the time on the upper part of the dial. And then this is a little bit different. You started on the upper button like you do on a regular chronograph, and you stop it again, and you reset it on the adjust button. It's a little bit tricky because you have to use the tip of your nail, but yeah, you can. It's not so easy to use another button, but anyway. And it's also the button for the split, so you can start here and use the split function here. And you can of course use the background light. You stop and reset, and back again to the time. Another thing that you will notice is that, because you will see this on the other video, there is a difference on the construction of the alarm beep or the buzzer, because on the newer model the buzzer is directly glued on the case back of the watch, so it's a bigger buzzer, and it also louder because it's closer to the case back, while on the older module it's inside the movement, so it's not so loud. So just so you can hear the difference here on the chronograph function, let's see here, when I started, it's much lower compared to the other one. Look. And that's it. Hope you like it. Hope you learned something new from this video. And in case you didn't subscribe it yet, please click on the subscribe button and give me your thumbs up for this video, and keep watching.